Breaking you first, the new information, there could be more changes on how your kids are learning. On Friday, the CDC announced the relaxing social distancing guidelines in schools by allowing kids to sit 3 feet apart instead of 6. WAAY 31's Alexis Scott spoke with one North Alabama superintendent and a parent about why these changes seem manageable.
The CDC based its decision off studies that show smaller children don't spread coronavirus as quickly as older children and adults. Muscle Shoals City Schools Superintendent Dr. Chad Holden told me this has him hopeful to have more kids in the classroom.
Makes parents who have not been sending their children to school for in-person learning, it makes them feel a lot more comfortable knowing that, the transmission rate among small children especially is relatively low.
Researchers took a look at some schools who weren't following the 6-foot guideline, and they discovered the transmission rate of COVID-19 was low. So now the CDC says elementary school age children can sit 3 feet away from one another. Huntsville mother Brittney Garner says this will ease some tension between teachers as well.
It'll be a lot easier for the teachers because there's not so much pressure to worry about how close the kids are while trying to teach them in different ways so that they can actually learn something and really soak it in.
If there is a high COVID transmission rate in any given area, that school should still maintain 6 feet. Even though the CDC is relaxing the distance, they say masks should still be worn. The director of the CDC believes this can allow for more kids to have better mental health and social skills after dealing with so much isolation from friends and family.
They're sitting apart during eating lunch. They can't socialize. That's their favorite time of the day, is to sit around and eat lunch and talk about all things that's going on.
Under the revised guidelines, the CDC says plastic or plexiglass barriers aren't necessary because they're proven to be ineffective in preventing COVID transmission. But masks and cleaning practices should still be done daily. And Dr. Holden says it's important to remember we are not out of the woods just yet.
When you just start winning the game, you don't pull your starters. And so you want to get a good, comfortable lead before you do that. And I think that's where we are. We're winning against COVID right now, but we need to keep doing the things that we've been doing for so long that have gotten us to this point. Because if we let our guard down too soon, we could start taking steps backwards, and we do not want to do that.
The governor already stated after April 9th, the statewide mask mandate will end, and it's up to schools and businesses to decide whether they'll keep or do away with that practice. But for Muscle Shoals City Schools, they'll be keeping masks as a requirement. Reporting in Madison County, Alexis Scott, WAAY 31 News.
The Alabama Department of Public Health says they are discussing the new guidelines with partners before making any official distancing changes in schools. The department says they're reviewing local factors involved that may impact the timing of how quickly they can adopt any new guidelines.